So let's take a look about the world around us. We are living, as you probably very well know, in a hyper-connected world. Everything is becoming very small and very, very powerful. Very small and very powerful. Vint gave you an idea of that yesterday when he was talking about that big, heavy mobile phone. And now it's smaller and smaller and smaller. And to wearables, I think we have a great challenge here. We need to think about making wearables a little less intrusive, but interesting. You know? So think about that for a minute. And I'll tell you why. Let me take a step back. How many of you studied Roman history? This is really great for you. Great, fantastic. We got it. So if you remember in Roman history, and how many of you have seen the film The Devil Wears Prada or something? Yeah, cool, right, fantastic. Do you remember the scene where Meryl Streep is walking, and there are two people beside her, left and right, and there's a person coming before her, a couple. She's going, who are these people? Who are these people? Who are these people? And somebody whispered in her ear, it's so-and-so, that's the ambassador, his wife, and you need to understand their history. Well, in Roman history, you had the emperor who had what he called nomenclators, left and right. Who are these people? Who are these people? And let me just say there's some work being done in research to think about how I capture my history with you without wearing the glasses. You know, have you ever met somebody who said, who are you, right? Who are you? So that's an interesting thing. So functionality. There's also, God almighty, I've seen this picture before. We are going down lots of functionality, from mainframe to smart environments to environments that are smart. So my light bulb can probably have a DDoS attack to your home, and that has actually happened, by the way. And so we think about this hyper-connected world that is so human, but we have to remember that there is a humanized internet involved in it. Now, Vint calls it, I'm working with Vint and a group, we call it the people's internet. And you would think, well, it's always been the people's internet. But it is the people's internet. Now, my role in the UN, for example, activities, what we're seeing is a dangerous cooptation of that internet, where there is no longer a freedom of service. And so we need to think about, people who were involved in the Arab Spring rising, or who were involved in those types of rising, what it meant for them to have that internet or be able to tweet. And that Twitter is being shut down in a lot of countries. So we have this hyper-humanized, everything is happening, and by the way, it affects all of us, world, right? All of us, world. Smart and connected. How many are you wearing a smartwatch? Okay. Well, think about that. Think about how much information you're pulsating out. The reason I ask you to think about privacy also, there's this very strong, I'm wearing one too, there's this very strong divide between, connectivity, and also what you pulsate out. And such that you become sort of this walking human network. We've talked about that, bio-networking, human factors networking.